Have you noticed that most true stories contain fiction? Precious few stories are accurate, factual accounts, free of exaggeration, free of embellishment, and untainted by the storyteller's worldview. Let's explore why. What is a story? A story is a narrative that presents a sequence of events and gives the audience a sense of experience and completeness. In the classic story model, there is a setting, a character, an inciting incident, a resulting conflict, and a resolution. Here's an example. In a small village, Natasha operated a bakery. One morning, her prized recipe book was missing. Natasha suspected her new assistant, Gabe. Natasha pressured Gabe to find it. Gabe suggested retracing their steps. They found the book in the storeroom. Natasha apologized to Gabe, and they resumed baking together. Why do we like to tell stories? Telling stories is a way to entertain others. It's a way to inspire and influence others. People are moved more by one vivid story than by a book full of facts and statistics. Facts and statistics speak to the logical mind. Stories arouse emotions and can have a profound effect on the audience. Telling stories helps us to connect with others by sharing experiences. We can teach and impart wisdom through storytelling. We receive rewards for telling stories. The salesperson who is good at storytelling closes more deals. The writer who is good at storytelling sells more books. The songwriter who is good at storytelling sells more tickets. The media personality who is good at storytelling has a bigger audience. The friend who is good at storytelling has more fun with friends. The parent who is good at storytelling is more persuasive with their children. Why do we like to be told stories? We like to be told stories because stories engage us. Stories entertain us. Stories help us to learn and remember. Even when alone, we tell ourselves stories, both consciously and unconsciously, to make sense of the world. These stories often contain fiction. For example, in a small suburb of Nashville, Tennessee, there was a sixth grade girl named Avery. One day at school, Avery wrote a love note and handed it to a boy named Drew. Drew showed the note to the other kids at school, and they all made fun of Avery. Avery told herself the following story. I expressed my affection for a boy. The boy embarrassed me. If I don't express affection for a boy again, I won't be hurt again. The big problem with stories is that they contain fiction, and some of that fiction is harmful. The lies in true stories give us a false sense of the world. Why do true stories contain fiction? One major reason a storyteller brings fiction into a true story is that it's easier to make the message fit the story model if the storyteller loosens their grip on the truth. The storyteller might have a true story in mind, but the story has an ambiguous ending. The storyteller might make the ending cleaner and simpler, but less true, in the interest of having a clear resolution. Storytellers tend to exaggerate how nicely things are resolved. One of the classic story endings is, and they lived happily ever after. You might have a story in mind, but the beginning is a bit weak. You might decide to enhance the beginning. For example, when people tell their story of becoming wealthy, they tend to exaggerate how poor they were at the beginning of their journey. This helps them to match the rags to riches model. Another major reason people bring fiction into true stories is to influence the behavior of others. Storytellers are aware that stories affect behavior, so they adjust their narratives to influence audiences in one direction or another. There are many other reasons that storytellers alter stories. Storytellers alter stories to make their stories more impactful, memorable, understandable, meaningful, and satisfying. To do this, storytellers add information, omit information, embellish details, add drama, exaggerate, and simplify complexities. Simply put, they stretch the truth to make the story stronger. This is why true stories contain fiction.